Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a full body flow, so find some space to move and let's get started. So we're going to begin today in a comfortable seat. If you're crossing your legs, we will switch the way that we're crossing them in a moment, but maybe you're sitting cross-legged. But let's all for sure just place our hands on our knees, maybe in the lap, and bring some length into the spine. Now you can stay seated nice and tall. Feel free to close your eyes, but you might also take a tip forwards. And if you're taking a tip forwards, I want you to walk your hands in front of you. Walk the fingertips as far away as you can. Bringing some length into the arms. You can go straight out. You could go wide. And just see how close the chest wants to come towards the legs. Take a breath here. And another. And then if you are folding forwards, we're going to start to lift back up. And maybe we'll be crossing our legs the other way. And reset, sit tall, place your hands on your knees or in your lap. Maybe you stay here. The forward fold is not for everyone, but if the chest does want to go down and the arms, the hands want to walk further away, maybe taking the bend out of the elbows, making the chest get a little bit heavier. See how far your body wants you to go. Let your shoulders soften. Take a breath. And then you can start to lift back up, nice and slow. Bring your hands back to your knees or your lap, lengthen the spine. And if your eyes are closed still, you can open them. We're gonna move into tabletop, so onto our hands and knees. Giving the hips a little bit of a sway. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then tuck your toes and lift your knees. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet a couple times if you'd like. Lift and lower the heels. And then push into the hands to send your hips as high as they can be. Stay for a slow, deep breath in and out. And then use an inhale to look forwards. As you exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. As you inhale, take a half lift, lengthen the spine. And exhale to fold forwards. Inhale to come all the way up, reach up and exhale. Lower your arms. Add a shoulder roll in. Take an inhale to reach up and exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up and exhale, lower your arms. Add a shoulder roll in and take an inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, folding forwards. Inhale to come up one more time, reach up, exhale, lower your arms. Take a shoulder roll. Inhale, let's lift up, reach up, exhale, folding forwards. Take an inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Plant your hands, take your feet back and into downward dog. Push into your hands. A slow, deep breath in and out. Awesome work, you guys. Bring your feet together. Take an inhale to lift your right foot up. Look forwards. And then let's bring that foot all the way up to the top of the mat. We're going to lower our back knee down, sinking into the hips a little bit more. So let your shoulders fall away from your ears a little bit here. You can rest on the top of the back foot, but sinking into the hips. Now we're going to heel toe our foot over towards the left side and lay down the shin. So you could scoot your foot a little closer towards your left hip, trying to level out your hips. Now push into the hands a little, lift the chest up a little, squeeze your glutes even, try to lift your hips off of the ground a little bit. Wake up your legs. Try to lift your hips up. Push into the right leg, push into the left a little, squeeze those glutes. Push into your hands too. Okay, and then you can relax, And you can start to even tip forwards. Maybe coming down onto the forearms. Maybe you're walking your hands away or out wide, but you're just taking your arms out from under the chest so it doesn't really have a choice but to get heavier. Take a breath and a couple more. Enjoy your pigeon. And then you can slowly start to make your way back. So walking your hands back in, planting them on the ground. Maybe you can tuck your back toes and come all the way back into downward facing dog. Move your hands, move your feet, and then maybe start to pedal the feet as well. Push into the hands. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then walk your feet back together. Take an inhale to lift the left foot. Look forwards. Exhale, bring that foot up. Set up your lunge where your knee comes down. Rest on the top of the back foot if you'd like, and then just sink into your hips for a moment. Find that hip flexor. Now we're going to be heel toeing over towards the right side, left foot, right side, laying down the shin, sinking into the hips, pushing into the hands, and then start to squeeze your glutes, your legs, and try to lift your hips off of the ground. Wake up the legs, squeeze. A micro movement that you can't really see, but you can definitely feel. And then you can relax, soften, and maybe tip forwards. Maybe soften your legs a little bit more. Maybe you're going to start to walk your hands away and let the chest get heavier. Breathe. Feel that awesome stretch through your left leg. The glute, the hip. Just one more breath. And then you might start to make your way back to planting the hands, to tucking the back toes, and then coming all the way back into downward facing dog, however you need to get there. But once you are there, maybe you're pedaling your feet a couple more times. Maybe the heels are getting a little closer to the ground, maybe not. Maybe the knees, as you bend them, are getting a little bit closer towards your chest. Now let's use an inhale, look forwards, and exhale, walk up to the top. Take an inhale for a half lift once you get there, and exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up, exhale, lower your arms down, add a shoulder roll. Take an inhale to reach up again, and exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, folding down, plant your hands, take both feet back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lower our knees down. Tabletop. Take a sway through the hips if you'd like. Now we're going to stay on our knees for a moment. We're going to try to cross our ankles though. So maybe the right ankle can cross over top of the left one. Then maybe we can widen our knees a touch and start to send our hips back towards our ankles, towards our feet. Now you can keep kind of reaching forwards, tipping forwards, or you can walk your hands closer and you might feel some nice little massage there on the back of your calf, the back of your ankle a little bit. But we're going to try to bypass that a little bit and maybe sit down. So we're just crossing our legs, a fancy way to come into a cross-legged seat. Lengthen the spine. Maybe you're tipping forwards again. Maybe you're reaching your arms forwards again and just trying to take the bend out of the elbows. Trying to bring your chest towards your legs and then let your head get heavy as well. Nice work, you guys. If you are folding forward, start to lift back up again. Now, you might have a nice reach forwards right now. We're going to keep that. We're going to try to lift our hips and pivot back over onto the knees, uncross the ankles. Bring the knees in a little bit. Now we're in tabletop again. Maybe give your hips a little bit of a sway. Start to cross the left ankle over the right one. Maybe scooch the knees a little bit wider, as wide as you'd like. Send the hips slowly back. See how far you can go. See how far you can go by reaching forward still. Maybe you don't have to move your hands. I do. Maybe you can take a seat. You might just reset things by lengthening the spine, adjust the legs if you need, but sitting cross-legged perhaps, and maybe you're folding back down and reaching forwards, and then more, and trying to let the chest come down and the head as well. Awesome work, you guys. So as you start to lift, maybe you've got a nice big reach that almost pulls you back over and into your tabletop again. And you can give your hips a little bit of a sway. Awesome work, you guys. We're going to sit down. So maybe you cross your legs, left over the right, right over the left, and then sit down all the way and send your legs out long. Give your knees a little bit of a hug or a squeeze. Maybe take a rock side to side too. And then we're going to find butterfly. So the soles of our feet together, our knees wide. You can have your hands on the ground anywhere to push into the hands. Actually, let's all bring our hands behind us, push into them, and then try to lift your hips off of the ground. Not actually, but just a little squeeze of the glutes, push into the hands, and try to lift the hips. And then as you relax, notice the difference. Notice the weight in the low back. One of those micro movements, again, that you can't really see, but you can feel. Push the glutes into the ground, the fingertips. Relax the glutes, keep pushing into the fingertips. And maybe you feel like you don't need your hands behind you. You don't need to push into your fingertips. You can fold forwards again. If the chest is enjoying those forward folds today. We're just trying to be light through our arms whenever we've been folding today. So if those hands, those fingers want to walk away, how far will they go? And if you're walking your hands away, just look down. Close your eyes even. Let your hips open up. Just another breath. And then you can use an inhale to lift. You can help your knees come back together. Give them a squeeze. Just notice how you're feeling so far. We are going to be laying down on our backs. So when you're ready to come down, you can plant your feet and bend your knees. Maybe scoot your heels a little bit closer towards your hips. You can take a gentle sway of your knees side to side. Trying to massage your low back. And then rest your arms on the ground beside you with your fingers trying to get close to your heels. You might walk your fingertips towards them. Let's use an inhale to lift the hips. As you lift your hips, maybe you can walk your fingertips even closer towards your heels. Maybe you touch them, maybe you don't. Give those glutes a squeeze. Lift your hips. Push into the feet. Breathe. Can you hold it here and soften your forehead, your face? But squeezing the glutes. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, lower your hips down. Maybe bringing your knees to your chest. Take a rock or a sway side to side. And massage your low back against the ground. You might be letting the knees come out wide. Now you could bring the soles of your feet together and maybe you can hold onto the ankles or the knees. Maybe you can hold onto the feet. And just a gentle press of your low back into the ground. Feeling the hips. If you did bring your knees wide, you can help them come back together. Maybe a couple extra sways side to side. And then send your legs out long. Your feet nice and wide. And rest your arms somewhere comfy too. Just feel your body against the ground. Allow yourself to relax completely. And as always, I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for today. Enjoy your Shavasana, then enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, Namaste.